Good morning and welcome to a summary of the second half of the 8th chapter of Luke. What a great passage. Luke real early sets the theme of faith for this half of the chapter. He develops it around a story where the disciples are in the boat with Jesus, and the point Luke's trying to make is there's a tremendous storm going on the outside and on the inside. The disciples are scared to death of the developments that are happening around the personality of Jesus and the crowd that's gathering around him. And as they awake him in the boat, they have to eventually hear Jesus ask this question: where is your faith? And it's a huge question we all have to answer. Then what Luke does is beautiful. He develops the rest of that chapter around three individual stories that all have to do with faith. They're unique and a little bit obscure, each one of them. The first is of the Gadarene demoniac who confronts Jesus as soon as the boat lands, and Jesus delivers him from a demon. And we're reminded that by that story that there are times in our lives when we least expect it, when we least deserve it, when we're doing nothing to ask for it, that Jesus meets us right on the road, interrupts the most ugly moments of our lives and comes to us. It's called the free gift of grace. It has nothing to do with us. Many times our faith is confused and we believe it's all up to us. The second story is literally about a man who's taking his daughter to Jesus for healing. He gets interrupted on the path because this man makes his faith all about someone else. A little girl happens to be his daughter who's in desperate need of healing. Jesus has to call a timeout again and lets that whole scenario be interrupted for a moment. It eventually goes home with Jairus and helps him to understand it has to be a personal faith. You can't just have faith for your daughter. You have to have faith for yourself personally. It was a great venture of faith on his part, but it was a venture for someone else. And it's so necessary that we are walking in a personal journey of faith. The last story is of a woman who has a flow of blood and has been literally struggling physically for 12 years, but fights her way through the crowd and touches Jesus and is healed. That's not so much the story about the courage of a woman, but the story of Jesus, who's every time he's touched, even if it appears that he's looking the other direction, every time he's touched provides us healing and restoration and reconciliation, and your touch never goes unnoticed. So this week, as you ponder the second half of Luke chapter 8, consider the theme of the faith. Look at the storm that's going on in your life and answer the question: where is your faith? Be ready for God to interrupt some of the most difficult moments of your life when you never expected it. Be aware that He'll remind you that it has to be personal faith on your part before you can have faith for someone else. And know for sure that any time you touch Him, He'll be aware. Thank you for joining us for Luke chapter 8, verses 22 to 56. And thanks for joining for Just Meat and Potatoes.